Hello, welcome back in this YouTube channel in which I have brought the important points and facts on a well-known American humorist, satirist and the father of American literature, Mark Twain's most famous novel, The Adventure of Huckleberry Finn. America's greatest essayist, novelist, humorist, satirist and political writer, Mark Twain is famous all over the world for his writings. One of his works is the well-known novel The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. So, it is an interesting story of Huckleberry Finn. Now, let us start. Point number 1. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn is also known as The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn or simply Huckleberry Finn is a picaresque novel by American author Mark Twain that was first published in the United Kingdom, England in December 1884 and in the United States in February 1885. Point number 2. This novel is noted for changing the course of children's satirical literature in the United States for the deeply felt portrayal of boyhood. Point number 3. It takes place along the Mississippi River, sometimes in the 1830s or 1840s. Point number 4. It is also known for its colorful description of people and place along the Mississippi River in America. Point number 5. Set in a southern antebellum society that had ceased to exist over 20 years before the work was published, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn is an often scathing satire on entrenched attitude, particularly racism. Point number 6. Commonly named among the great American novels, the work is among the first in major American literature to be written throughout in vernacular English, characterized by local color regionalism. Point number 7. It is also told in the first novel person by Huckleberry Finn or Huck, the narrator of the two other Twain novels, the Tom Sawyer Abroad and Tom Sawyer Detective and a friend of Tom Sawyer. Point number 8. It is a direct sequel to The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Point number 9. The themes of the novel: slavery, dehumanization and prejudice. Point number 10. William Faulkner and T.S. Eliot have written of the book's importance to American literature. Point number 11. Pulitzer and Nobel Prize winning author Ernest Hemingway in Green Hills of Africa offers its most well-known and enduring compliment. The compliment next. Point number 12. All modern American literature comes from one book by Mark Twain called Huckleberry Finn. All American writing comes from that there was nothing before. There has been nothing as good since. It's a quote. Point number 13. Twain initially conceived of the work as a sequel to the Adventures of Tom Sawyer that would follow Huckleberry Finn through adulthood. Point number 14. Beginning with the new pages, a few pages he had removed from the earlier novel, Twain began work on a manuscript he originally titled Huckleberry Finn's autobiography. Point number 15. The book was widely criticized upon release because of its extensive use of coarse language and racial epithets. Point number 16. Throughout the 20th century, and despite arguments that the protagonist and the tenor of the book are anti-racist, criticism of the book continued due to both its perceived use of racial stereotypes and its frequent use of the racial slur nigger, English word negro, in Nigerian country. Its total chapters are 53. Point number 18. The message of the novel lies in the spirit of freedom rather than in any overt didacticism. Next point. Huck is a 13 years old boy who lives at the beginning of this story with an older, wealthier widow who takes him in when it is clear that Huck's father and town drunk Pap, the father of Huck, Pap, will not put the boy through formal schooling. Next, point 20. The widow Douglas, who informally adopts Huck's position, so she adopts Huck, shares a house with Miss Watson, her sister, and Miss Watson's slave Jim is a kind friend to Huck throughout the novel. Next, point 21. Huck mentions this and introduces us to his unique narrative voice and style in these first sentences of the book. Point number 22, the sentence is the quote. You don't know about me without you have read a book by the name of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, but that and no matter. Point number 23, he and Tom Sawyer received $6,000 in gold each, which Judge Thatcher and invested on their behalf. Point number 24. Two Christian women, Miss Watson and the widow Douglas, have taken Huck into their home and are attempting to civilize him much to his frustration. Point number 25. Pap, Miss father of Huck, kidnaps Huck and takes him to a cabin across the Mississippi River. Point number 26. Listening to Pap's drunken rants, Huck plans to escape after Pap leaves Huck Shah his way out of the cabin and steals all of the supplies. Point number 27. Spotting a pig, he shoots it and uses its blood and makes a false plan as Pap's death before leaving St. Petersburg, Missouri and traveling to Jackson's Island by a raft. Point number 28. He goes into the woods and finds the fresh fire ashes which belong to Jim. Jim has run away because Miss Watson plans to sell him to someone in New Orleans. Huck and Jim, point number 29, take a refuge from a storm in a cave on Jackson's Island. After 2 weeks of heavy rain, the river rises and they find a house floating on the water. They find a dead man in the house. Jim tells Huck not to look at the dead man because it is a Pippin. Next, point number 30. Posing as Sarah Williams from Huckleberry, Huck learns from a local woman that both Jim and Pap are suspects in his murder. Point number 21. There is a $200 reward for Pap and a $300 reward for Jim. The woman tells Huck she has seen smoke on Jackson's Island and that her husband is headed there to capture Jim. Huck returns to the cave and the two pack their things and leave. Point number 32. Huck is concerned about helping a slave run away and plans to turn Jim in to the police. How do you like this video? Please comment, like and subscribe. See you with a new video. Till then, thank you.